Vic DiBitetto.
Hey, how are you, Matthew?
How you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Guys, welcome to the Artificial Game Podcast. I am your host, AR Turbo, and Vic DiBitetto, for the people who don't really know you, just explain yourself, your line of work, and first and foremost, you know, why do you make people laugh?
Oh, it feels good when you make people laugh instead of making people angry. You know, we live in a very negative, sad world, and I think you need to laugh now more than ever.
Without a doubt.
I'm just a regular guy from Brooklyn. I used to be a garbage man, a school bus driver. I drove a dump truck, a cement truck. I'm 56 years old. I broke my ass for 30 years. Started a Pitts Comedy Club in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn.
Yep.
Fast forward, I'm selling out theaters. I'm having a time of my life.
There we go. And now people know you from the notorious Bread and Milk video. Do you want to explain like the mindset of what went behind that? What was like, you know, the normal day for Vic DiBitetto? The normal day that turned into the rest of your life. Explain that.
Well, the normal day, I get up about 8 o'clock. I have my coffee, I have a muffin, I work out.
There you go.
And I come to the kitchen. I ask my wife, what's going on today? She makes a face. I told you last night. Don't you listen? I don't feel like cooking tonight. Why don't you go out and get something? So later that day, I open a door and I see a snowflake. And right away I thought, here we go.
That's it. Everybody's going crazy.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
And I whipped out the camera.
Yep.
And I just, you know, started imitating, you know, it was an exaggeration, of course.
Oh, but as it always is.
House, yes, from my house to the car, it was a 26-second video that got me more recognition than 30 years of stand-up.
That's just unbelievable. And now, for the people watching at home or you're listening to it on SoundCloud, I just want to mention that you guys seen Vic DiBitetto before on the channel. Because, Vic, I don't know if you remember, but I called you on 30 Seconds with Vic. We talked before
yes.
On 30 Seconds with Vic.
You plugged your channel. I'm on 30 Seconds with Vic.
There we go. And, you know, and right after that, you know, there's a part of me that, you know, because I told you before I started watching you when I was a freshman in high school, now being a senior, you know, there's a thing about gaming on YouTube that you might not know, that there are gamers on YouTube that the way they entertain their audience, they're comedians within themselves, and you have so many fans and a following in the gaming community you wouldn't even imagine, Vic. You wouldn't even imagine.
I have a following that's, I almost consider it like a cult following. You know, I have the most loyal, true blue fans. You know, I mean, they sell out the shows for me. They're behind me 100%, and it's, you know, because no other comedian does what I do for my fans. I have meet and greets. I call them. I'm 30 Seconds with Vic. I call them. They're not calling me. Who does that?
No one. No one in the community of comedy, no one in the community of entertainment has ever gone the lengths have you went to. And like you said before in yesterday's 30 Seconds with Vic, free entertainment. Yep. Keyword.
Yep, exactly. I'm doing this since 2010. You know, Bread and Milk was 2013, but even before, people don't know, even before Bread and Milk, I've been making these videos a long time. Bread and Milk was the last one I thought would go viral. I almost deleted it. I thought it was stupid.
That's always the way it is. The video you think that, you know, you didn't work on well. The video you think that people are gonna say this, that, you know, they're not gonna really catch on to it. You never think that's gonna be the video.
Know. I never make a video to say, you know what, I'm gonna make a viral video.
No, it's never like that. That's never the mindset.
Right.
It's never the case. And we have a few questions here directly for the podcast.
Sure.
So the first question, first of all, I just want to ask you personally, how's the house? How's the renovation? You know, how's everything going? Because I know a pain in the ass that apparently from you on the many fuck this houses. By the way, guys, everything in the description. Everything for Vic DiBitetto is in the description, his YouTube channel, Twitter, or if you don't want to go in the description, go on Google, and Vic says this a lot of times, type in Vic D, and everything comes up.
It's amazing. I go all out to help my fans to find stuff, but yet you can't, how do I get tickets for the Borgata? Call the Borgata!
They scroll the internet like it's the abyss. It's they scroll through the internet like they're going through a dark hole. They don't understand the directions people give you. They don't understand. It's crazy.
They'll spend hours on Amazon to find a bracelet, but they can't spend 2 minutes. Anyway, the house is done, thank God.
Yep.
The hardest part was dealing. If anybody's listening, you live in New Jersey. Good luck with the inspectors and permits.
Oh my God, I can only imagine.
It's horrible. They're like the mob. They're like a legalized mafia, man. They come in and you're at their mercy. They shake you down, but God bless, everything's done. And there's nothing like the finished product. You got to go for the pain, but it's worth it.
You know what? By looking at it, honestly, it's of course worth it. And the entertainment and the content you were able to pull out of that, and that's actually going to one of the questions. You have so many characters on YouTube.
Yep.
You have Tony Gaga, you have that guy, and now you have Andy Mann. How do you keep things fresh and always original without making content repeat itself?
Well, it's sad to say, after working 2 jobs between 1978 and 2013, like my wife says, I have too much time on my hands. And my mother always said, and I love this, an idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Oh,
and my mind is, I'm constantly, when I'm just walking through the house, my mind is always, it's something. My vignettes, my videos, and my characters, they're different. I'm not one dimension, but I find it harder to write new material in my stand-up, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But the vignettes, I could post, I could post 5 a day if I want to, but I don't want to, because people don't scroll, so I try to limit it.
They don't scroll.
If it's not in front of them, they're not going to go look for it. So I try to do no more than 2 a day.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna bring up next is with you when you're saying about the your material for your stand-up. As a comedian, how do you overcome a crowd where they're not really snatching onto your jokes, they're not really getting it? How do you overcome a tough crowd, basically?
Well, the old adage is never let them see you sweat.
Okay.
I put on automatic pilot. I don't even look in their eyes. I stare at the back wall and I look at my watch, I can't wait to get the hell out of there. But that very, very rarely happens.
Is there a significant show where you were like, holy shit, I gotta get out of here. I have to get out of here.
Oh, yeah. When I first started, even recently, it's never you, it's the audience.
Yeah.
Because I could do the same exact act for 2 different audiences. One of them will give me a standing O. The other one will stare at me like I'm an oil painting. I always say to myself, it's never me, it's the audience.
Exactly, because in stand-up, what many people don't know, in stand-up, you keep the same material because you also have the thing in your mind. It's almost like a magician. When you're doing a trick for one person, you can't think in your mind, oh, I'm not going to do it again because I already did it to that person. The other person doesn't know what the trick is and what the material is. So when you're doing stand-up, one, like you said before, it's really hard to make new material, but at the same time, when there's like a tough crowd, you can't put all the blame and pressure on yourself because there's such little that you can say.
And whether there's 30 people or 3,000 people, my manager always said, you got to give a good show. You never know who's in the audience on any particular night.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And, going back and, seeing, like you were saying before, going on to when you started at Pip's Comedy Club in Brooklyn, and even before Pip's Comedy Club, like you grew up watching comedians such as, Ronnie Dangerfield, Jackie Gleason, and so forth, the Honeymooners. If you had, now this is a funny one, if you had 30 seconds to speak to any one of your role models, what would you say to them?
Well, unfortunately, they're all gone, so I guess that's
they're all on the ground, unfortunately.
George Carlin. I would ask George Carlin, how the hell do you come up with a different set each time you do an HBO special? How do you do it? Mm-hmm. Where do you get all that material? He's a genius. I can't do that. I'm not going to lie to you. I milk what I already have, and
Yeah.
I try to ad lib. But I mean, you look at Colin, Richard Pryor, and all these guys, Bob and Williams.
And you know what's funny? And I was even actually binge watching on YouTube. Like they have all the honeymoon episodes, and I was binge watching them just to see how Jackie Gleason really performed. And I learned that they didn't rehearse every episode.
No,
They didn't rehearse.
No.
He loved
Jackie
the on-site.
Gleason, they called him the Great One for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, he had a rough childhood, and you know what I love about Gleason?
Brooklyn bus driver.
Exactly.
That's it.
The honeymoon is the blueprint for sitcom.
Yeah.
It took place in one room, a husband and a wife, and the beauty of the honeymoon is the writing is timeless.
Yeah.
It's not dated. Like you can watch All in the Family, it's dated.
Yeah.
The honeymoon is, I mean, mind if I smoke? I don't care if you burn. Come on.
No, yeah.
That's timeless.
And even with the with the camera work, like everything, the producers had to be the on time, on time timing. The facial expressions he would use, and you're not. Sometimes you see comedians in these days, they're trying to bring that back with like the slow timing and like the facial expressions, and especially you with the look, the comedy.
Right.
You can see it slowly but surely coming back in this new day and age of the society.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because I can't watch TV, man. I'm starting. My kids are saying, watch Netflix. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
Network TV. I mean, I always tell my wife, I feel like I missed the boat, or I grew up in the wrong era. I mean, I don't know, man. I watch so many shows, and I just stare at it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? It's even funny. I was watching the what was just on the Grammys? Was it on the last Sunday? What was it? The Grammys?
Boy.
Now I wanted to ask you: do you? Because first of all, I see your tweets, I see everything. You'd rather stick pin needles in your balls rather than watch the Grammys. There's times where do you say to yourself, or not that you say to yourself, do you watch the new sets like Dave Chappelle has, Jerry Seinfeld? Is that curious you or not?
Believe it or not, I can't watch stand-up comedy. I'm around it. I live it. I've been doing it for 30 years. It's like asking a guy who works in a pizzeria if he wants pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'm sure Chappelle and Seinfeld, they're great and all that. God bless them.
Yeah.
I don't knock success.
Mm-hmm.
I more or less worry about me. I'm trying to focus on. I don't really care what anybody else is doing. I'm just. The Grammys, look, when I watch Jay-Z and all these guys,
it makes you question, it makes you wonder.
My father thought the Beatles were the Antichrist, so it's always the generation before that puts down the previous. Look, I love Bruno Mars. I love Lady Gaga. I just can't stand rap music. I just don't get it.
Like I told you in 30 Seconds with Vic, I enjoy listening to the oldies. I enjoy listening to, the Dean Martin roast. Only if a little nudge in mainstream media to bring that stuff back. With the demographics and the voice that people can have, I don't understand why people don't. But you know what? You go to the people in Jersey Shore who get drunk and have sex on TV, and then you get the big bucks.
This is so refreshing to hear. I heard you're 17 years old. Let me tell you something. You're very mature. When I was 17, I didn't sound like you. I was an idiot.
Listen, it's hard.
It's true. I don't get it, man. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, first of all, thank you, and second of all, I find myself when I watch you, I find myself thinking to myself, I try to use, some type of comedic relief that's in this community because everything's so serious. Everything is so, they always have the wall up, and it's so, it's not even refreshing, but it's also a sense of, you want to bring some joy in their life, wake up a little bit, put some water on your face, and just try to understand what I'm trying to do. You don't know how many times I tweet out, for example, let's just say there's a video out and people are starting to, make those type of videos. it's like, and then they keep copying them over and over. That's like a comedian if they kind of try to copy some other comedians, like, routine or rhythm. And, you kind of question, like, why, he's already doing it. Be your own person so someone can try to copy your style and you can feel good about it.
I think, see, a lot of, when I did the bread and milk video,
yeah,
a black guy did the black version.
Oh, yeah, the Kool-Aid and something, right?
Yes, I think that's the highest form of flattery. I love that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Seinfeld, a couple years ago, Seinfeld, one of the cleanest, most clever comics, he said he doesn't like to do colleges anymore because of all this politically correct nonsense.
You watch the Grammys, you hear more about comments about Trump than you do with their music. Like,
and speaking of Trump, I do not talk politics. No way.
If you talk politics, you're putting quicksand underneath your feet, ready to be sunk. That's how it is.
Because no matter who you are, no matter who you're with, you're gonna lose half your audience. Just be funny. Leave the political analysts to what's his name, Bill Maher, and the other guy that yells. How's his name? Louis Black. That's what they do. They're good at it. I don't even touch that.
You try to stay away from it to try, you're trying to save yourself.
People come to me to get away from that circus.
Exactly, and, there's no winning or losing in this, in entertainment, content creation for, Instagram, Twitter, and, for, like you said, there's no winning or losing. I watch some of your live streams, and the amount of people who get mad when you run ads, because I run ads, well, YouTube runs ads on videos automatically if it's, when you post.
That? Do you believe that?
Vic, you understand when I first
told me,
it's crazy.
You said, how nice is this? You're giving free entertainment.
Yeah.
So last year, I didn't know Facebook, you had this option. You could press on that blue dollar sign and make money. I give it a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Like what I was doing.
The zombie apocalypse erupted.
He's taking advantage of his fans now. He's a big shot. He forgot where he came from. But yet, since 2010, I'm giving you 5 vignettes a day. I'm calling people up. I mean, you're always going to have haters. Mother Teresa had haters.
Always. You're going to have them with, whatever direction you try to go in. You're going to have haters, whatever. But you know what? You kind of need them to push you in that direction. Because if you don't have them, you're not going to be humble. You're not going to be straight up.
Exactly. Without haters,
you need them.
We'd have no winners.
Exactly, and, just going off here, and I want to get back into the part of, being from, like you said, being from Brooklyn and starting at a Pips Comedy Club, I actually, a little fun, I got this actually question from one of my fans on Twitter, and they wanted to know, was there anything that, from Brooklyn, I remember you saying yesterday on Pips, like, the first time you were performing, your family was in the crowd, you bombed, it was, you said you were shaking on stage, like, that's how it was the first time, and was there any time you thought to yourself, this might not be for me? Like, was there ever a time where you were like, you know what, I've been doing this such a long time, it's a drought right now. Did you ever find yourself asking yourself that question?
No, because I had a passion for stand-up from the very beginning. And once, first time I went on stage, the needle was hooked.
Yeah.
And that's it. When you have a passion, when you believe in yourself, honestly, I didn't think I'd be where I am now. I thought I'd be driving a school bus and still doing comedy.
By the way, my grandfather rode a school bus for the same company, Pioneer.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I used to drive the school bus, do the comedy at night. I thought that would be my life. I broke my ass. I got a manager. Everything. 3 years ago was when everything, the perfect storm. I got a manager. Bread and Milk went viral. Kevin James put me in Mall Cop 2.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful ride. I just want it to go like it's going. Everything else is gravy.
Exactly, and you say to yourself, after when you're talking about the movie, you said you were on that emotional roller coaster coming up from Vegas, coming back to driving the school bus, and actually, in one of your documentaries, the Give Me a Shot documentary, you said when you used to do the Borgata, you used to come home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. How did you survive that for a whole week?
I don't know. Well, see, when I used to do the Borgata, they used to book, you would book there 7 nights the whole week. Now, don't forget, I'm doing this 7 nights in a row. So by the end of the week, I got no voice. I'm a
You're dead.
bastard. My wife's like, how come you're so miserable? I mean, you know, Jesus, I'm doing the comedy in Atlantic City.
Because you got 2 hours of sleep that night.
Yeah, you know, but when you have a passion for something, you make it work. You do what you got to do.
It's, you know, and you're the prime example of just that. It's honestly just that. And, you know, I wanted to do something a little bit fun to wrap this all up, because I know you have 30 seconds with Vic tonight. By the way, you doing it 30 seconds with Vic?
Yes, and I want to plug your thing here again. Like, I'm gonna say, hey, I just got off the podcast.
You don't have to. You don't have to. No, you don't have to do that. It's humbling enough to be talking to you right now. I swear, Vic. It's humbling enough.
I'm putting it on my fan page. I'm putting on my. Can you just like send Russell the links and all that?
No,
like,
without a doubt. But
yeah.
First of all, Russ, honestly, he's awesome to talk to. You know,
yeah.
we were emailing back and forth, and you know, not to sound all about me for a second, but you know, my friends are asking me, how did you get Vic to come on your show? How did you this? And I told them, I was like, I'm always the one to tell my friends when they, when they're talking like your shit don't stink, or I always try to humble my friends and like who they are and like where they stand. And I told them, like, listen, I've been watching Vic for such a long time. I went out and I took a shot, basically, like your documentary. I took a shot, and you know what? It was just an honor to hear back from Russ saying, yes. And first of all, Russ, shout out to you, man. You're honestly awesome. We emailed back and forth with this, and you have a great manager. He's Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles.
Now here you have a 17-year-old kid who understood him, yet when he tries to make deals with some club owners and venue owners,
he probably hears it all.
They don't know how to do. This guy's been in the Shark Tank for 30 years. He knows his shit, takes no shit. He's all about honesty and loyalty. And, we can't please everybody. It's impossible.
It is impossible. It is.
We try our best. We're trying our best.
It's just, we're trying our best, but at the end of the day, you're making it work, and you're killing it on every single social media platform. You're killing it in stand-up. And to wrap up this podcast, I wanted to do something a little bit fun, and I actually did a poll on both my YouTube and Twitter, and I wanted to see if the fans wanted to see this. So when they watch this and they're listening to this, I think they're going to get a kick out of this. So you do 30 seconds with Vic, like many people know.
Right.
You do a segment called Ticked Off Vic as well on your channel.
Right.
I am going to give you 30 seconds for each topic I speak about, and it's something you ranted about before. I didn't want to put you on the spot, it's something you ranted about before. I'm going to give you 30 seconds each time and you rant about it. You can go over, under, doesn't matter. I'm going to name some topics, and just from your heart, I want you to rant about it like there's no tomorrow.
Got it, and I'm looking at the clock, because we got to keep it tight here.
Without a doubt, okay.
I got 7 minutes, go ahead.
No doubt. Okay, so, the first topic, the pumpkin spice craze.
You know what ticks me off? When Dunkin' Donuts tells us when and what months of the year we're allowed to have pumpkin spice. It's always during autumn or Halloween. And what if I don't like pumpkin spice? What if I like another flavor? But why can't pumpkin spice be during the whole year? Why just autumn? That's what ticks me off.
That's what ticks him off. Next topic. Your kids labeling the food in the fridge.
Oh my God. You know what ticks me off? My kids labeled the food in the fridge. I mean, it's my house. I open the refrigerator, it says Victoria. I open the freezer, it says Michael. So you know what I'm going to do? When they move out, get their own apartments one day, I'm going to get Post-its and put it on their food. Look what Daddy ate.
There we go.
That's what ticks me off.
Now, you're in the bathroom, you look at the toilet paper, and there's no more toilet paper.
You know what ticks me off? When I'm taking a dump and I go to wipe my ass and there's like one piece left. But you say, okay, let me look in the cabinet. There's none in there. So now you got to get up naked. You're dripping water and shit and fucking you got to walk from the bathroom to the garage where the wife gets a pallet from Costco
Okay, now we have the things that are inside home goods.
Home goods. You know what ticks me off? Home goods. My wife loved this place. When we drive by Home Goods, my wife, her nipples get hard. I hate this place. It's a big store of miscellaneous shit that doesn't match or make any sense whatsoever. It's the store of misfit furniture. A scale that's a clock that's a scale, empty bird cages. We even have a picture of an empty bird cage that's hanging next to the empty bird cage. That's what ticks me off.
That is disgusting. Now, the last topic, I feel like you're going to have this one because you did this in an old stand-up comedy routine. Taking that Florida road trip with your kids.
I hate driving to Florida with my kids because this is when they were small. Every 10 minutes, because they want to go through every McDonald's to get the whole collection of the toy that's in the Happy Meal. Once we drove 3 times to the freaking drive-thru, we got the same toy. It was the cow. And my son wants the horse. I'm like, you know what? Why don't you take his horns off and make him a horse? That's what ticks me off.
Vic, you absolutely killed it. Guys watching at home, Vic, first of all, anything you want to say to the people watching at home?
You absolutely killed it, too. You're a good kid.
Thank you.
And listen, I want to come back. I'd love to come back and do this again one day.
Without a doubt, we'll definitely keep in touch with this and everything. Guys, if you're watching on SoundCloud, link's going to be in the description if you want to listen to it. If you're, you're driving to work, you're driving to school, whatever, you can listen to this. Link's going to be in the description of Vic DiBitetto's fan page, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Also on YouTube, everything in the description. Vic, it was an honor having you, and don't forget to check out Vic DiBitetto's 30-Second with Vic on his YouTube channel.
And
Vic,
my website, VicDiBitetto.net. If worst comes to worst, go to Google, type in Vic D, everything fills in.
there you go. Vic, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Vic, for coming on to the show.
Matt. Listen, please, send Russ all the info.
I'll do it right after we end this right now.
Okay, take care, buddy, and thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Vic.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. And that's a wrap.